Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Katie and today I am painting a D&D character of mine, and her name is Octavia of Clan Bonebreaker, and she is a chaotic neutral goblin wizard. That probably just sounds like a lot of nerd speak, and it's totally fine. Today I'm actually going to be talking a little bit more about myself and why this is relevant, which is interesting. I don't think I've had the space to do this before, at least not online regarding my artwork. So yeah, it's really exciting. First I'm going to talk just a little bit about the process, and then I'll get into more things about me, like some commonly asked questions, which is wild to me that I would have commonly asked questions. But anyway, yeah, today I am using my professional watercolors. So this is going to be like Daniel Smith watercolors and Sennelier. And I am using brand new paper, B paper, which I'm not sure I like too much. I could have damaged it in some way while I was sketching, but it just didn't seem as nice as some of the other papers I've used before. Regardless, I mean, you'll see the backgrounds and you'll see different mistakes I've made while I was painting. I have brand new brushes too. This is a, I want to say it's a silver brush quill and then a gray matters brush. All these are from Blick, so you can look those up. They're just watercolor brushes I wanted to try because I've been using stuff from like Hobby Lobby and stuff prior to that. So anyway, yes, please enjoy this as I'm painting. You can see all of the wonderful mistakes in my sketching and in my watercolors. I really just enjoy the process of doodling, and so that's what this is mostly going to be. I just thought it was fun and relaxing. Anyway, more about me. So, like I said, all the Dungeons and Dragons sort of garble at the beginning is significant to me because I am a storyteller. And Dungeons and Dragons, if you guys don't know, is a game which is kind of collaborative storytelling, which I love very much. I don't get a chance to play as often now, if at all really, because of my work schedule. And I'm sure that's true of a lot of my friends and a lot of you out there too. But that doesn't stop me from creating characters. And in fact, my larger sketchbook, which is kind of where I make a mess, I don't do really very many finished pieces in there at all. It's full of concepts for characters, and I just really enjoy the process. I had done at one point myself as a whole bunch of different classes from Dungeons and Dragons. I didn't finish that challenge just because I was getting frustrated with myself with drawing myself. Unless you do it, it's hard to explain. Anyway, yeah. So I am a storyteller. I went to school up in SUNY Oswego for creative writing, which is, I guess, one of my main skills. I did a lot of spoken word poetry while I was there, as well as fiction writing. And so in my spare time, not that I have much spare time, I like to write and I like to read and create characters and stories and worlds, and so that's where the D&D sort of stuff plays in. I feel like I'm a pretty decent storyteller, and one of these days I might have an idea to illustrate a story, at least the best that I can, and read it to you guys. However, it's not going to be, for a while. And the reason for this is because I'm still practicing human and human-like drawings. I used to draw mostly like very round, very, I guess the term would be like chibi characters, although they were just cartoons in my opinion. So I don't have a lot of practice with this sort of style here, like you're seeing with Octavia, with her more structured looking appearance. Usually I draw her as a very, very round little goblin with a very sour expression. And this is just more of like if she had, I don't know, gone into town and commissioned some sort of artist to go ahead and draw her a portrait of herself. She is very vain. She finds herself to be much smarter than the other people in her clan Bonebreaker, her family. But she does still feel sort of some sort of, I guess, obligation to tradition, even though she feels especially as a wizard, that she has learned and surpassed, I guess, expectations for goblins in general. So yeah, this is not what she really looks like. She definitely looks, well, she looks a little bit more disheveled generally. Her hair is usually messier, darker, dirtier. She's got a lot of piercings, but her jewelry is not well kept. And the other side of her face has a scar, I'm pretty sure, although I've drawn it a little bit different a few times. And she's definitely a lot more round than this. But, you know, this is the first time that I've actually thought about more than just like her clothes color too. I didn't really know what skin tone I wanted to go for, and this is just one way I have always been able to build more concrete characters, just by sketching them out and doodling and just messing with paints. So yeah. Alright, so now that you know a little bit more about Octavia, I guess I've been sort of avoiding talking about myself and my art journey. It's nerve-wracking because we are putting ourselves out here for the world to kind of listen to, and it's not something I'm really used to. So I did talk a little bit about where I went to college and what I did, and how I am a storyteller and a writer. Right now I work in advertising. It's kind of boring. And I spend my days really trying to plan art projects. I spent all of my high school years in art school, well, in art classes in school, and doing as many creative projects as I could. And at one point I had been accepted to art school in Montserrat in Massachusetts, which is near Salem, and I was really set to go. Like, I had my portfolio ready, I had been accepted, and it came down, I think, to finances that made it kind of impossible for me to attend an out-of-state school. So I was only 18 at the time, so I thought it was a lot more to do with me than anything else, and it was a little bit upsetting. A lot of it upsetting, actually. And I spent a really long time not doing anything creative and just working, because I thought I would never be able to make art. I would never be able to move forward with the plans I had in my head. It took a really long time for me to reapply to college in general. So that's my sob story. It's really hard for me to talk about. I say it to close friends usually, and not to the general public. I've mentioned it, I think, a little bit, but it really did affect the way that I proceeded. A lot of the times I wish, you know, what would have happened if I had gone away to art school? Would I be in this situation now? Would I have missed almost 10 years, really, of practicing my art? I don't know. But here I am at the start of a new journey. I want to move back towards art because it feels like a path I've been ignoring for a really long time. And I don't want to ignore it anymore. I feel most at home when I'm painting, and I've listened to a voice in my head for a long time telling me that I'm just not good at this and I can't be better. But you guys have shown me just on the support for my pieces on Instagram and Twitter and here that we can be whatever we set our mind to be, and that my art is worth working towards. So yeah, it's a little emotional, a little honest, but I am using this video, this painting of Octavia, this snotty goblin wizard who thinks she's better than everyone else, to remind myself that I too can go forward and know that I have talent and purpose. So yeah. Alright, so here at the end, I do want to switch back to art because, like I said, being so honest and open about different emotion things is very new to me, especially on the internet here. It's a lot. And I don't want to be, you know, talking only about that anyway when y'all are here for this goblin. So anyway, yeah. I added at the end some Finetec paints. Those are the gold ones you see there, and a little bit of white gel pen for highlights. Again, this is a doodle, so I didn't bother to use like masking fluid, which I'll do in a different video, to preserve the paper there. This is a very small, like, experiment, I guess, on new paper with new materials and my old paints. So we'll get some more about this soon. We'll test some more paints and we'll test this paper again in a different fashion, and I'll try to do like a real watercolor painting rather than just this like small look. But here she is at the end, Octavia of Clan Bonebreaker, and I don't know, I think she turned out pretty good considering all of my struggles. So yeah, that's me. That's my character and that's my painting. Thank you for watching my video and for joining me in this small, short talk about myself. I will definitely get back to you guys soon. Thank you again for watching my video. Thanks so much, and I will see you next time. Bye!